Hello everyone and welcome to the Daytona International Speedway for the Daytona Duels here to open this 2024 NR2003 NASCAR Cup Series season with the Blue-Green Vacations Duels here. Here is duel number 1. AJ Allmendinger starts on the front row alongside Chris Buescher. The lineups aren't exactly accurate, but just for this purpose, the guys we'll have on the front row are basically the same ones from last year. Alex Bowman in the 48, Kyle Larson in the 5, Larson in this duel, Bowman in the next one. As the green is out, we're underway in duel number 1 here at Daytona. Allmendinger on the front row alongside the 17 of Buescher, then Blaney, Chastain, and Larson in the top 5 at the moment as they go thundering off into turn 1 for the first time this season. Everyone trying to get the best qualifying spot possible for the Daytona 500 and see what that will bring us. Of course, the winner of this duel will start in 3rd place on Sunday's Daytona 500 and be in a great spot to begin the racetrack position-wise, try to get some stage points. Of course, we have the open car battle. I don't have the 44 car in this, but we do have the 36, sorry, not 36, the 62 of Anthony Alfredo and the 78 BJ McLeod in this duel of the 2 open cars. And then in duel number 2, we'll have Jimmy Johnson, David Ragan, and Kaz Grala, the other 3 open cars. So basically, this is really the duel that matters. The other ones have locked in on speed in the other duel, that being Jimmy Johnson and David Ragan. And here it is basically McLeod, Alfredo, and Grala for the final 2 spots in the race. One driver will go home. And so after all that out of the way, we continue racing here. Lap number 2, AJ Allmendinger led lap 1 by a nose over Chris Buescher as we go thundering into turn 1. Here comes Ryan Blaney to the inside. Blaney going 3 wide for the lead. As a 12 of Blaney now tries to lead laps. Of course, your real-life 2023 Cup Series champion trying to get it done early here in the season. Looking for that first Daytona 500 win. Now he's checked a championship off of his list as he tries to go 3 wide on the inside of Allmendinger in that part-time 16 effort. Then the RFK Ford of Buescher. You know those RFK boys going to be good here. Nearly 4 wide. Look out. That is close. That is the 15 of Riley Earps right behind them for Rick Ware Racing. Once again, the 15 having a great run right now, battling for position number 4 with Chastain, and they're still 3 wide at the line. Unbelievable racing. Blaney, Allmendinger, and Buescher. Blaney leads that lap by less than 100th of a second right there. The intensity sky high to start this one here at Daytona. 3 wide, 4 wide at some points in the pack. This is crazy that we have not somehow wrecked yet here in Daytona. This is wild. So it looks like Blaney and Allmendinger will clear for the top 2 spots. And Blaney will continue his charge forwards now into the race lead. Not quite. Allmendinger, though, with the advantage on the outside lane. What a drive there from the 16. And now we're going to go on board the number 19 of Martin Truex Jr. and just watch the intensity from the front of the pack right here as he goes by. Car on the outside, trying to go side by side here with Harrison Burton coming out of turn 4. Going down the tri-oval, down this front straightaway. Now on board the 15 of Earps. It's watching operate 3 wide. Blaney and Allmendinger battling side by side in front of him, coming down this straightaway heading to turn 1 here. As we go into turn 1, there's some contact. There goes Riley Earps. He gets turned by Harrison Burton back into the field in a big one. Strikes in the first duel here at Daytona. At least 7 cars taken out in this one. A massive crash. Tons and both open cars, Alfredo and McLeod, are involved in this crash. You got Nemechek in it, Eric Jones, Noah Gragson, Priest, Briscoe collected. Harrison Burton, of course, Erbst, Byron's right there in the back end of it. But what a wild turn of events. The big one strikes early here in the first duel. Harrison Burton just turns the young driver Riley Earps. I think Earps was there. He was coming down as Burton was coming up. They just clipped. Earp spins and Harrison Burton merges out of nowhere right into BJ McLeod, slams into the wall. Big damage. Back here, it's when the 15 slams into the field. All these guys get destroyed. Priest, Jones, Gregson, Gibbs. Big damage for a lot of guys here. It's all collected. You see this one here. From this camera angle going into turn 1, you just see up the track and a whole McDowell gets a bit of damage. But look at all these guys slamming into each other back here. Harrison Burton, Riley Earps, 2 young drivers making mistakes. And a lot of cars destroyed, and the engine is completely destroyed on William Byron's car. The 24, smoke pouring out the back, and Byron is done in this duel already. And we have a lot of good cars in backups to start the Daytona 500 on Sunday with whoever's left. Blaney, Buescher, Chastain, Allmendinger are the 4 from the pack, before the whole wreck happened, and then got a few other stragglers behind him. But a wild turn of events with the early crash leaves Blaney in the lead in duel 1, but a lot of cars out of this race. Now we get back underway on lap 21. Chastain restarts in the lead. Of course, out of the race, we have Riley Earps, William Byron, Michael McDowell, and the 10 of Noah Gregson. Sorry, not the 10 of Noah Gregson. The 19 of Martin Truex are all out of the race. Will be in backups for the 500 on Sunday so far. Even some of the guys still in the race are going to be in backups on Sunday with all the damage they have, like Gibbs and McLeod and all the rest of them here, if he even makes it. Right now, Anthony Alfredo in the 62 is the open car, currently in transfer position, running inside the top 10 after surviving that crash. Doing a hell of a job so far for the young driver. But Chastain now currently leading duel number 1 here as Ross Chastain, that new Busch Beer Paint Scheme sponsorship, trying to find his way into victory lane for the first time here in 2024. Though his exhibition still be very nice to start up the front of the Daytona 500 for Chastain or Blaney. Here comes Chris Buescher going through with Larson, who is going to be your pole sitter as long as he doesn't wreck his primary. Is up here in the mix. Austin Dillon, of course, Allmendinger's been up here all race, and as has Austin Cindric, has just sneaked into the party here. Ty Gibbs barely hanging on to the draft, but 3 wide for the lead here in duel number 1. Blaney, Chastain, Buescher to the inside. What a move by Chris Buescher. Goes right by Chastain, Blaney, Larson, and Dillon, and now Buescher is your new leader here at Daytona in duel number 1, trying to restore RFK Racing to continue to improve that team. Of course, last season, both him and Keselowski made the Final 4 here in our simulations universe. So that was very impressive for both of them, trying to continue that momentum with a strong start to the season with the Daytona 500 win. Starting up front in the 500 would certainly help, and so winning that duel would do so. So Buescher leads about a third of the way through the opening duel of Daytona. And now we move on here to lap 51. 10 to go in this race. Allmendinger leading. There's some counting back there. There's Eric Jones and Nemechek legacy teammate spinning Ross Chastain upside down. Barrel rolling down the back straight away. The caution will come out. Chastain goes up and over. Right in front of your leaders, the lap cars, the Legacy Motor Club teammates of Nemechek and Jones go crashing. Chastain goes on his lid. Cindric gets sent spinning to the bottom. I mean, right in front of your leaders. Unbelievable. As Jones, everyone's just lapping Jones and Nemechek. They turn each other to the outside wall, clip Chastain, send him right down into the path of Cindric, who launches him up and over. Chastain goes a full barrel roll, lands it, doesn't flip again. Blaney and Ty Gibbs narrowly escape with their lives right there. Cindric's hauling it through the grass, but oh my goodness, Chastain up and over here. Go on board with Ross Chastain and just enjoy this wild ride at Daytona. He went up and over there, landed on all fours, kept it going. That is impressive right there, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to go on board the 12 of Ryan Blaney through this. Watch this all happen right in front of Blaney's lap here. Blaney does an incredible job of getting on the brakes and somehow not running to the back of Chastain there. Absolute miracle. As we look in front of us here, not quite yet, we'll see the replay of this wreck right here again, once again from the TV broadcast angle. Just Nemechek gets turned by Jones on the wall, and Chastain launched up and over. Cindric involved. Blaney Gibbs narrowly escape. Very fortunate to do so. See Jones and everyone going by as we go into the corner. Oh, Cindric's on the wall, and there goes Alfredo right into him. And Ty Gibbs as well, and heartbreak here in the duels. Alfredo looked like he was set to go to the 500. Then all of a sudden, Cindric merging back on the track, wipes out in front of him. Nowhere for Alfredo to go, slams right into the 2 of Cindric. And all of a sudden, his hopes at making the Daytona 500, his dream is over, and just like that, Alfredo DNFs out. Heartbreak for him. Pretty much guarantees BJ McLeod into the 500 for the third year in a row. And that's 78 now. Currently 10th or 9th, 1 lap down as Blaney's leading here. 2 to go in duel number 1. Blaney trying to hold up AJ Allmendinger. The battle now to start 3rd on Sunday. Larson looks like he'll be fine. He'll keep his car clean, be up in this mix. Start on pole on Sunday up in the front as he's going 3 wide with Allmendinger and Blaney. Not quite though. Blaney holds off Allmendinger. Larson out of the bottom of the 16. Trying to take 2nd away, and Blaney is just smiling right now as he's being able to block both lanes as they don't really have momentum if they're side drafting each other. Looks like Blaney might have this duel pretty much locked up. The 2023 Cup Series champion looking ready to go to start 2024 here as he holds off Allmendinger and Larson. White flag in the air. Final lap presented by Credit One Bank in Daytona duel number 1. Blaney with a comfortable lead over the 5 of Larson, the 16 of Allmendinger, and the 3 of Austin Dillon. They're too busy fighting each other to fight him. I think Larson has just finally cleared Allmendinger right there for that spot on the racetrack as now Blaney starts to drive away. And Larson, Allmendinger, Dillon, now they're all go single file. Going to try to gather one last shot to get to the inside of Blaney here to try to take the dual win away from him, but I don't think they're going to have enough time. I think Blaney's got this one locked up as he goes through 3 and 4 for the final time. Allmendinger going back to the inside of Larson, trying to make his move to get that second spot. Larson's already on the pole, so it doesn't matter to him. Allmendinger just trying to get third place here, which he will, or 5th place here, which he will. Anyway, to the line, Ryan Blaney will win duel number 1 here at Daytona. Great start to the season. He will start 3rd in the Daytona 500 on Sunday, behind the 5 of Kyle Larson. So Blaney the dual win. Then Larson, Allmendinger, Dillon, Busher, Gibbs, Priest, Briscoe, Gregson, and BJ McLeod finishes 10th and makes the main event. He will make the Daytona 500 with a damaged race car. McLeod gets in after the misfortunes of poor Anthony Alfredo. See the final race is also on the side of your screen as we head to duel number 2. We're going to begin duel number 2 here at Daytona. Stenhouse on the front row alongside Christopher Bell. Bowman, who will start on 2nd as long as he doesn't tear up his primary car in this race, will start in 3rd alongside your defending Daytona 500 winner, Daniel Suarez, as we get ready to get back underway. And we are here at Daytona. Duel number 2 is green. And into turn 1, it is Bell alongside Stenhouse. Of course, Bell, your defending series champion in these simulations here. Christopher Bell was a 2023 NR2003 Cup Series champion. He got it done down in Phoenix, and now he was fighting Ricky Stenhouse for the lead in Daytona duel number 2 here. Of course, winner of this will start on 4th. This is set the outside row of starters on Sunday's Daytona 500. Alex Bowman in 2nd, as long as, of course, he doesn't tear up his primary car. Stenhouse in the lead. Behind him, 3 wide for 2nd already. That's Bell, Logano, and Bowman. LaJoy going 4 wide already to start this race. We're not even a lap in, and we're 4 wide. Christopher Bell into the fence, though. Oh, that's a really tight squeeze behind him with Suarez. Somehow everyone manages to avoid crashing. We can stay green. Stenhouse in the lead. Bowman trying to go the outside of Joey Logano now for that 2nd spot. Of course, Stenhouse, your 2023 Daytona 500 champion in the real world, trying to bring home another one here. Joey Logano, a great Daytona racer, 2015 Daytona 500 champion, running in 2nd. Bowman running in 3rd. Josh Berry, the rookie, battling LaJoy, a great super speedway racer, for 4th right now. As we have the Toyotas, Bubba Wallace, Denny Hamlin trying to form up that inside lane and work their way forwards as they race Kyle Busch and Zane Smith. Now here comes Joey Logano to the inside of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. for the lead. The 22 to the front once again as super speedway. No surprise there. Logano the temporary advantage, but the momentum though goes to Stenhouse down the start finish line. Stenhouse will lead lap 2 over Joey Logano here at Daytona. So Stenhouse in the lead, Logano 2nd, Bowman and Berry battle for 3rd. See, in this heat race, you got the open cars are David Reagan in the 60, Jimmy Johnson in the 84, and Kaz Grala in the 36. Jimmy Johnson running towards the back right now, trying to hang back and just wait for all the carnage to get out of the way. Mid-pack for Reagan and Grala, as Logano now powers into the lead here at Daytona, going by Stenhouse. Got help from Josh Berry and Bubba Wallace behind him. And they're trying to work that inside lane to prowess here, as Logano and Stenhouse can be gridlocked now side by side for this lead here at Daytona. 2 of the best super speedway racers in the Cup Series right now, getting after it for the victory here, or for the early lead here in this 2nd duel race to determine who's going to start 4th, and everyone else on the outside lane on Sunday's Daytona 500. Logano on the inside of Stenhouse, side by side, working their way here through 1 and 2, 4 laps in. So far, have not crashed yet, but we got 3 wide, multiple rows deep. Really, intensity starting to ratchet up early in this race here. Everyone trying to jockey for every position they can, but for most part, top 6 or 7 rows are all double file, just side by side. Typical next-gen super speedway racing gridlock right now. As Stenhouse prevailing with a little bit of momentum, but Logano now back on the inside. Got a little bit of help there from Josh Berry as they once again go back to the lead here with Logano. Zane Smith getting really shoved out of line there. Squeezed on the outside, racing Christopher Bell and David Reagan here. 4 wide nearly. We are 4 wide here at Daytona. Incredible racing here back in the pack. As Hocevar, David Reagan, Christopher Bell, and Zane Smith are all 4 wide, battling hard for every position on the racetrack right now. How have they not wrecked it yet? They're still 4 wide. Nearly half a lap of 4 wide. I don't know how they haven't wrecked yet. And somehow down this backstretch, they get it all sorted out and they continue without crashing the field. Absolute miracle. Logano, meanwhile, clear at the front of the pack. Oh, Hocevar Reagan making some contact, squeezing with Christopher Bell. Oh, man. This is really, really tight here for position. Oh, man, they got loose right there. They saved it Everyone says now, look at this. Elliott now through it because that's Christopher Bell, the 20, though, getting into the wall right there. 4 wide squeeze once again up the track. There goes Zane Smith upside down. Him and Christopher Bell up and over. And there goes Jimmy Johnson. Into the wall goes the 7-time champion. Zane Smith riding on his lid down the front straightaway. Christopher Bell, your defending champion, cleaned out a huge crash here at Daytona. Zane Smith upside down. Christopher Bell's bumper lands on Jimmy Johnson. They are slamming into each other, and then Johnson spins down into Hemrick as Bell lands on all fours. Zane Smith just careens on his lid down the rest of the front straightaway. But what a turn of events here at Daytona. A huge crash. Taking out Bell, Zane Smith, and Jimmy Johnson, who gets turned and slaps that outside wall hard for the 84 Jimmy Johnson. Big damage for him, but as long as he doesn't DNF, he should transfer to the main event just fine. He's very fortunate he qualified in on speed. As there's Zane Smith finally comes to a rest, Johnson and Bell will go by. And wow, what a start. Logano in the lead, and now a few laps later, Stenhouse racing Keselowski, and around goes the 6th of Keselowski. He gets turned in front of the field, crashing. Fighting through lap traffic, LaJoie and Keselowski go spinning and bringing out a caution once again here, this time late in Duel 2, about 16 to go. Keselowski gets turned, your leader, Keselowski gets turned right into LaJoie, collected by Stenhouse. You see right there, Stenhouse just turns Keselowski to the outside wall, nowhere for LaJoie to go, gets collected, and somehow Gilliland, Bowman, Johnson and Reddick all escape unscathed. See, just out of the corner, Stenhouse just clips Keselowski, turns him to the outside wall. Your leader cleans out the lap car of LaJoie, going to shake up this race. And the final laps here of an intense Daytona Duels. Oh, man. As you see, Kyle Busch and Hocevar will go by. You got a whole pack of guys coming by here. Watch out, Justin Haley, Chase Elliott. Oh, man, really kind of close there with David Reagan. They managed to get by. Keselowski and LaJoie will get back going. Both will stay in the race, but both will likely end up having to go to backups for the 500 after this incident right there. Not the way they wanted to have it go, but at the front it is Hamlin leading. Now Kyle Busch leading here. Just 5 laps to go here in Daytona. Duel number 2 to determine who's starting 4th. Kyle Busch leading. Elliott, Stenhouse side by side for 2nd. Reagan, Bowman in this pack. Then you also have Hamlin, Reddick, Logano, Haley, Gilliland. The entire top 10. This is a battle of 10 cars for the dual win. This is going to be intense, ladies and gentlemen. Coming down to it here in Daytona. The one thing that 48 Bowman does not want to see is a crash that he gets involved in, as that will ruin his primary car, and he'd have to start at the back of the field on Sunday. He's currently starting 2nd, but he's spot himself right in the middle of this pack fighting for the win. If I'm him right now, I'd go up to the top, just drop out of the draft, and just wait for honestly, just hang out at the back to the end of the duel. Just save your car, man. But it's Kyle Busch leading the way now. If this was the other duel, he would have won right here. But an extra 4 laps in Duel 2. So 4 to go in Duel 2. Kyle Busch in the lead. Elliott, Stenhouse side by side for 2nd. David Reagan lurking back and forth in that RFK Stage 60 Ford Mustang Dark Horse, trying to find his way to the front. But now here comes Chase Elliott. The crowd goes wild as Elliott goes to the inside of Kyle Busch. And Chase Elliott goes to the lead here in Daytona. But now here comes David Reagan to the inside. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead at Daytona. We're coming to just 3 laps to go in the duel. This is intense. Reagan powering by the inside of Elliott. Kyle Busch still with the advantage on that outside lane. But here comes Reagan, and David Reagan to the lead here at Daytona. Can he win a duel in his return to RFK Racing? That would be incredible. 3 wide. Incredible fight for the duel win here. Now just 3 to go at Daytona. Who is it going to be? Tyler Reddick lurking, almost ready to make it 4 wide to turn 1. Oh, wow, that is close between Reagan and Elliott. And Reddick makes it 4 wide for the lead. And he makes it work. Reddick now to the inside of Reagan. Elliott to the outside. Busch falls out of line. Falling back further in the back. This 10-car pack, everyone still in it, fighting for this dual win. Coming to just 2 to go now. The intensity at an all-time high. Reagan. Oh, Elliott up on the high side. Reddick, Logano, Stenhouse 3 wide with Busch 4 wide. It's going to really make this tough coming out of turn 4 here. Reagan in the lead. Reddick there to the inside. There's going to be some contact. There goes David Reagan. There goes everybody. Your leader's crashing to the end of the duel. Bowman gets involved, and Justin Haley. will take the lead and win duel number 2 under caution as the field crashes behind him, including your front row sitter, Alex Bowman. His primary car ruined. He'll have to start at the back on Sunday in a wild turn of events. Late in this race, almost the entire field wrecks. My goodness. Reagan, Bowman, Stenhouse, Elliott, Reddick, Logano, all involved in this. Reddick goes slam and Joey Logano. They go swinging to the inside. Justin Haley narrowly scoots by and gets to the lead here. And then Gilliland gets Bowman into Reagan as they all spin here. Kyle Busch is in it as well. Wow. Decided to do that was not going to last for long. 3-4 wide like that. The intensity just too much. They'll go wrecking. Reddick gets clipped by Stenhouse into Reagan. They go crashing. Haley scoots by. Gilliland and Bowman hit. And Bowman slams the outside wall. That's what kills his car. And then he goes right back down the back into Stenhouse and Kyle Busch. Elliott gets collected. Denny Hamlin somehow gets by. Look at these guys back here who are going to start a lot better than Daytona 500. All these guys going to backup. Suarez, Hocevar, Berry. All these guys are just waiting back. You know, they were laps down, but you know what? They saved their car. That's what's going to matter come Sunday in the 500. Here on board with Joey Logano. See right there, he's clipped by Tyler Reddick, and Logano goes for a slide through the grass here at Daytona, crossing the line sideways. Gets a position. Very impressive there. Now, just watch this incredible wreck avoidance by Justin Haley as you go with the Walmart onboard camera. Extremely fortunate for 51 Justin Haley. Somehow gets through all that and gets the lead. Now here's the 45 of Tyler Reddick. He goes for a wild ride. So let's go on board the 45 of Reddick. He was, of course, the one who got clipped right into this, turned into Reagan. So he gets into Joey Logano here. And then watch this. He gets full speed into pit road, but the game thinks he's actually coming to pit stop. So it just slams him, glitches him into the inside wall, destroys Reddick's car, costs him what could have possibly been the craziest duel win of all time. He goes crashing. Let's go on board with Todd Gilliland, who's at the back end of this pack when this happened. Just clips David Reagan right there. So he's actually pretty clean. Gilliland's car is, wow, what a great record points there by the 38. He's clean. He's good. Now let's right on board the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Great job using the brakes right there for Hamlin. Again, insane luck right there for Hamlin avoiding that. Bowman hit the wall right in front of him. Somehow checks up in time. Avoids both Bowman and Elliott. Keeps that number 11 clean, and he will start well. Now on board with Kyle Busch, who would have won it a few laps ago, but now gets collected in this incident, and then he gets turned into Stenhouse. And watch the 48 right in front of him into his nose here. And a lot of good cars destroyed here. Now let's right on board with the 9 Napa onboard camera with Chase Elliott. Right there, Stenhouse just got turned into him into the outside wall. He had nowhere to go. He gets collected. Now it's right on board the 47 of Stenhouse, who's one of the main stems of this here. As you see right here, he just gets clipped by Reddick and Elliott at the same time. Cause everyone direct. He's spinning here down the track, and then he's avoiding David Reagan, and the 48 right in front of him. Big hit right there in the door of Bowman's car. Big damage to Stenhouse as well. Now it's right on board the 48, who would have been on the front row had this wreck not happened for Bowman here. So he's good until right there when he smacks the wall and then gets turned up into Kyle Busch and Stenhouse. That's what kills Bowman's car right there, is when he got clipped by Gilliland and slammed into the outside wall. Now here's the interesting one. It's right on board with David Reagan, the 60, who looked like he was going to win the duel 5 seconds ago. He just goes completely spun around and completely avoids everyone else. Very impressive. Now it's right on board Daniel Suarez. Watch this. He sees all the wrecks happening, and watch how Suarez somehow avoids David Reagan right here. Watch how close this is. I mean, by the narrowest of margins. If he would have hit him, that would have been a horrible crash. Now let's get one final broadcast replay angle of the big one here. That's going to end Duel 2 under yellow. Reagan looks like he had it here, helicopter view, and he just gets turned by Reddick as Stenhouse wipes out, and all 8 out of the 10 leaders in the pack get involved in this crash, except for the only 2 who didn't were Justin Haley and Denny Hamlin, who did not sustain any damage. Final angle, the big one here at duel number 2. So a huge wreck takes a lot of our contenders. And here's Justin Haley winning duel number 2 under caution. And Haley will start 4th on Sunday. He'll actually start 2nd, and so move ahead of the 48 who's going to the back. But Haley gets the duel number 2 win, followed by Logano, Gilliland, Hamlin, Bush. Then you have Elliott, Stenhouse, Bowman, Berry, and Hocevar. So Justin Haley, duel number 2 winner. A starting lineup is set for Sunday's Daytona 500. And I'll see you on Sunday for the Great American Race.